Why do I let myself get talked into rooting for these teams that you got me hooked on when I moved in with you, that you've been rooting for 20 plus years when they have such a great regular season and they continue to let us down in the postseason? Well, coming into these playoffs, the Titans were the first seed in the conference for only the third time in their history. I thought this season was going to be the charm. Best team? Yeah, right. That's what you had me thinking about a certain other team back in the spring of 2018, and look where that got us. Oh, I guess it's true what they say about the city of Nashville. We played better as the underdog. Summer of 2017, winter of 2019. Everybody's hands go up, way up, as the Nashville Predators defeat the Detroit Red Wings by a score of 4-1 on Saturday night inside Bridgestone Arena. On a day when many of us, near or far inside the city of Nashville or from way up here in Vancouver, were hoping for a double sports victory for the city of Nashville. Unfortunately, our football team let us down, but when we needed it the most, our hockey team picked us up and put a smile back on our faces. They beat a team that no matter how many times we played them in the season, way back when we would play them multiple times a season, or now when we play them just twice, they will always be big brother to us, and we stood up for the fight. Impressively, I have to give credit. The Preds fans who were in attendance for this game were still fired up to see at least one team win after being let down yet again by Two-Tone Blue Saturday afternoon across the Cumberland River at Nissan. Red Wings are a young and up-and-coming bunch, desperate to impress and possibly make the playoffs, but the Preds don't let the Titans' loss get in their head. Both teams struggle for position early, neither really able to generate a lot of shots. The Red Wings, who played last night at home in an overtime loss to Dallas, were able to generate the first power play opportunity, but aren't really able to generate much with a Trennan interference call, so the game is scoreless. The Preds then have a stretch of keeping the puck away from the Red Wings and generating some chances, but just can't convert at the moment. Then with about 3 minutes left to go in the first period, Matt Duchene would get off on the wrong foot as he takes a double minor high sticking penalty on Philip Roenick that the officials would review to make sure whose stick it was, but yes, it was Duchene's, so the Preds are sent out to some hard work to make sure the Red Wings don't get on the scoreboard first. The Preds are able to escape the first period without the Red Wings scoring, with the remainder carrying over to the second period. Early in the second period, some close calls for the Preds to get scored against, but they weather the storm and kill off the remainder of the 90 seconds left on the Red Wings power play. Back to even strength now, about 8 minutes into the second period. Preds are still buzzing, creating some chances. The best chance up to there is ringing one off the goalpost. Skirmish with about 9 minutes left to go in the middle frame, and the Preds power play, which has dried up a little bit as of late, would have to go to its second unit for some success. Preds power play about to expire when Tomasino chips it down low to backhand. Nick Cousins, who collects it from Tomasino, he whips around, and with Luke Cunnin providing a screen in front of Nedeljkovic in net for the Red Wings, whips it on net, it goes in, Preds up 1-0. Preds keep pushing, they have a fire lit under them now. Less than 2 minutes later, after the Cousins goal, Matt Duchene drives into the Red Wings net, tries some fancy stick work to confuse Snyder, and he backhands it to Philip Forsberg, who drives in along the corner board and dishes it right back as well as he can receive it to Matt Duchene, who has Nedeljkovic right in front of him. The gaping net right away as he snaps the one-timer into the net. He's popped. 2-0 Preds. Adam Ernie of the Red Wings would go off for hooking with just over 3 minutes left to go in the second period. The Preds, with a crucial power play, trying to extend their lead to what you would think would be insurmountable if they could convert, but they don't. And quite often, that I've been saying in these videos, when you don't capitalize on chances that you are given, you end up biting the bullet, because Tyler Bertuzzi sends in Adam Ernie just out of the penalty box on a clean-cut breakaway on one UC Saros, and he makes no mistake, cutting the Preds' lead to 2-1. This would be followed up by a Tyler Bertuzzi, Matt Benning rough and tumble bout, and the Preds would have a key chance again to score their third goal right before the second intermission horn. They can't. They maintain their 2-1 lead after 40 minutes. In the third period, Preds trying to get the insurance marker, but can't just yet. In the first few minutes of the third period, Red Wings still hanging around, desperate to try and tie this game up. McCarron would get called for a delay of game penalty about 5 minutes in the third period, and the highlight of that penalty kill, which was strong as the Preds built momentum to the W, but during it, in the corner to the left of Saros, where the puck is, Tanner Jeannot on a penalty kill wants to bring his intimidating figure, his physical presence into the game, so he finds Robbie Fabry and he hammers them into the board. For a span of 2 minutes or so, the Preds have some physical presence, some good cycling pressure in the Red Wings zone, and it would finally pay off. Philip Forsberg would park himself in front of the Detroit net, right in front of Nedeljkovic's face, waiting for the puck to come to him. He finds it, he gets it, he digs in, and gets just enough space to come around and tuck it home for his 20th goal of the season. Preds now lead again, 3-1. As I said, Forsberg's 20th goal of the season, now putting him 12 away from tying David Leggon, 13 away from surpassing him as all-time Preds goal scorer. We reach about the 5-minute mark of the third period. Preds still maintaining their 3-1 lead, but the Red Wings are a young and upcoming bunch, desperate and eager to impress, and they can eliminate any deficit as long as it's not too big. Just like that. Red Wings would pull Nedeljkovic with about 3.5 left to go in regulation, and despite some good chances, finally, with just under 2 minutes left, Saros with a great save that he deflects it. Yes, I said deflects it. It went off of him, so the following makes sense. He deflects it over to Matt Duchene, who carries it out and makes no mistake, puts it into the empty cage. Preds up 4-1. Matt Duchene now has 19 goals of the season because, for some reason, which I'm not complaining about, he wants to keep pace with his line mate who has 20 goals. And while I'm quickly at it, not a quick vent, but I would like credit where credit is due, why did Saros not get an assist on Duchene's goal? He deflected it to him, it went off of him. He's a teammate. Why am I making such a big deal? But I just want an up-and-coming Preds netminder to get the credit he deserves. But alas, that's not the biggest thing to argue about right now. The Preds win this one 4-1. The Preds did not regress after Thursday night's victory. They carried on from it, built it, got their team stronger, and got another win against an inferior opponent. This is good. This is very good to pick up W's against teams you should beat, because guess what's coming up on the Preds' upcoming schedule? A 2-game West Coast road trip, 3 games in 10 days, and 4 games in 18 days, all against teams lower than you in the standings. Don't waste this opportunity to stay high in the Central Division standings, as you know there are teams right behind you who have games in hand on you that are going to be desperate to tie you and climb over top of you. In the very least, to start off this West Coast string, get revenge Tuesday night against the team that you let them have their first ever franchise win. Lastly, to finish off this video, I've got a question for you, a fun one. You can let me know in the comments or on social media what you think. What will happen first? Will Forsberg break Leguan's franchise record goal total, or will the Preds as a franchise reach 500 wins inside Bridgestone Arena, as with this win tonight, they are now only 10 away. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, click like if you liked this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. You can find my social media by clicking on a channel name. Tell all your friends about Redemption. And yes, the Titans losing sucks. But cheer up, Preds Nation, who also belong to Titans Nation. We have this young and up-and-coming team to cheer us up, at least until the next Titans training camp begins.